Hello everyone, we are doing a resume review or resume critic session for data analyst position today. Couple of days back, I posted a video saying that if you are interested in me reviewing your resume, then send me the resume on some email ID. I received a lot of resumes. We are going to go through some of them. We cannot cover all of them, but first maybe 20 or 30 resumes based on time. And we will provide our critique on how you can improve the resume and increase the chance of getting an interview call. With me, I have a good friend of mine, Utsav Mehta. He's an experienced data analyst. He has a couple of years of experience working as a data analyst in consulting firms such as TCS in India. Then he came here in US to pursue his master's, and right now he's working in Genpact. So Utsav, welcome and thanks for sparing your time today.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
And Utsav, where are you located? Like which part of the US you are in right now?
Right now, I'm in Dallas, Texas.
Dallas, Texas. All right. So I'm gonna share my screen now, and what we will do is we'll just go through those resumes. So I'm first sharing my screen here, and here I have all these resumes in this folder that I received. The first resume we are going to open is the resume of Utsav himself, and we'll just go over some of the aspects in his resume. Now, when he was pursuing his master, he recently got his job here in US. So from searching a job in US here, he was more like a fresher. So just imagine you are doing a resume review of a fresher. But at the same time, he had an experience working for a few firms in India. So if we can review that resume from that point. So when Utsav, so I will provide my comments on your resume, and then maybe you can also discuss some of the things. So first of all, Utsav has this awesome achievement where he was selected as Forbes under 30 scholar. Now you can imagine Utsav is a very talented guy. Getting selected as Forbes under 30 is no joke actually. So he has some exceptional skills, and that is something he's highlighting in at the very top of it. So if you have achieved any achievement such as contributed to open source or participated in some coding competition, any achievement, make sure you highlight it like this. Now I have masked his phone number and email, of course, for privacy reason, but then he is kind enough to share his LinkedIn profile. So if you guys want to connect with him, this is the LinkedIn profile of it. So I'm also gonna share it in the video description below. Having good LinkedIn profile is important because oftentimes the interviewers will even look at your LinkedIn profile as well. And then he has his education here, as well as the quick summary of technical skills. Now, when you're applying as a data analyst, of course, these are the terms that you would like to see: Tableau, SAS, Power BI, Crystal reports, Hadoop, SAP, Microsoft SQL Server, SQL. These are the key terms that interviewer look for. And then when you look at his experience, some of the things that I liked the most was, see, he has mentioned some key performance metrics. So he worked on this project, but in the end, he saved 80% of the time and saved approximately $2.5 million. So quantifying your success is extremely important. And then he has a nice balance of the project that he worked on, the domain knowledge, as well as the technical tools that he used. And then this is in a chronological order. These are all the projects he worked on in TCS, and these are academic projects. Also, do you want to comment something quick on your resume, like the things that you like and things that you would like to advise our viewers?
Yeah, so we'll start from the very first line. So when you like write your email address or phone number or your LinkedIn profile, just don't add your hyperlink there. Like if that just the wordings, just the line is okay, but if you add your hyperlink, then that couldn't pass through the ats machine. Like it will consider it a line break and your resume won't pass from there. Coming on to the below section of the business experience, sir, can you, yeah. So here, if you try to add the lines according to the star method, that would be the most productive way. So it will be situational, task, action, and result. So as you mentioned about the 87% of the time saving and approximately 2.5 millions of dollars saved. So this is the thing. So you should add your situation, what situation your project was into, what task did you do, what actions did you take for that task, and what was the final result. So definitely you should add on the star method into your. So if you are not able to do it in every line, you should at least have 3 lines in one project if you have around 4 to 5 lines for the project for the experience. So yeah, that is it for the
Okay, so
experience.
that's a very good point. So just to summarize, the star technique of mentioning your project is important.
Yeah.
Situational, what was the situation? What was the task you performed? What was the
Action.
achievement,
Yeah.
right? And achievement is like this, like you saved $2.5 million, and
And the
R,
result.
R is the result. So what was the A? A
Yeah.
was
A
achievement.
is the action.
A is action. Oh,
Action.
wow.
What did you take? Yeah.
Okay, so A is the action and then R is the result. Actually, I did not know about this
Yeah,
terminology. So
this,
thanks.
this is the basic one that like every recruiter. So if you are a recruiter and you are sitting on their side, they just have like around 7 to 10 seconds to look through your resume. So if you don't have any numerics in your resume, it won't be an eye-catching line or a thing. So they'll just skim it through, and you like it won't pass through them also. So it's the proper technique to use.
Perfect, perfect. All right. So now let's open the first resume that we have. I'm going to open in the chronological order. So Deepak's resume. So here, all right. So this is Deepak's resume. Of course, I asked
Yeah.
them to mask their names and LinkedIn
Mhm.
profile. So let's both of us look at it and
Yeah.
then try to provide our comments. You want me to scroll under or?
Yeah. We can start from the first.
Mm-hmm.
As I said, the line breaks. So we should avoid this.
Line breaks.
Yeah. The line below the education or the GitHub or LinkedIn. So what the ATS will do is it would not parse the line, not parse the resume, the whole page, and after the education or after LinkedIn or GitHub, but they are small, so it can nullify that. But after the education, there is a big line, and it can see that it can just predict that it's a line break and it's the end of the page. So it might not
Oh,
parse the resume.
also here you
Yeah.
are saying this point.
The line below the education thing, the black whole line.
Oh, this line.
Yeah, yeah,
Actually, this is underlined probably. So this is
yeah.
see.
So underlines won't work in the ATS thing. Like I have
Oh,
personally seen what it like how does the resume parse. So yeah, this is the basic
oh.
thing. We
So
should not
you.
add any underlines.
So basically, you okay? Remove this underline. So
Yeah,
Deepak, please remove this underline. Another thing that I can highlight is okay. So he did master in analytics. Related coursework looks good. Okay. Related courses. This also looks good. Technical skill. I think he should remove this and this
yeah,
line
yeah,
as well, right? So okay. So
yeah,
remove this line. Programming. I think this is pretty good. Everyone wants to see Python and R.
yeah.
So that's pretty good. Pandas, NumPy, Tableau. Okay, so you have Tableau here. Or should we have a different section for visualization tools here, like something like, like visualization tool?
Yeah, like the analytics tools.
Okay, like analytics tool.
Analytic tools, yeah.
So something like analytics tools,
Yeah,
and there you mentioned Tableau, because Tableau is kind of getting hidden in this long
correct,
line.
yeah.
Someone might not read the complete
Read
line.
the, yeah.
So these are looking good. MySQL. I mean, I would add SQL as a skill as
As
well.
a, yeah.
SQL here
And
is
it's
here.
not a, yeah, it's a programming language, yeah, correct.
Okay, cool. Moving on the projects. So I assume that this is a fresher's resume, and there is a credit card fraud detection project, April 2020. It's good that he has provided this GitHub link, so
Link, yeah.
person will go and check
You
your
can check, yeah.
code. So that's pretty good. Data from Kaggle, implementation of different neighborhood. This is again good that this goes to
Yeah, so
star, where
score, yeah, correct.
you achieved the score of 96%, and you have highlighted that, which is good. Now on the use of English, I see you using camel case, like you're saying recall score.
Recall score.
I don't know, maybe I'll call just this.
Yeah, correct.
uh, and oversampling methods like smoke for balanced data. I mean, this resume looks pretty good,
Good, yeah.
also, right?
Yeah,
So we don't have much comments other than the removing that underline, I would say.
yeah. And
Also,
like he has mentioned everything, like that is the correct way, that we should not add any of the, like, we should not add abbreviations. He has explained whole, like, what are the full forms of the abbreviations. So that is a good part.
oh, I see.
And what
Yeah,
it is, yeah.
I noticed he mentioned EDA here,
EDA,
but
yeah,
then he's mentioning the whole form as well,
yeah,
so which is good. So
correct.
try to not use abbreviation if possible, because sometimes you might know that this abbreviation is popular, but many people might not know about it, and
No,
they'll be
yeah,
like wondering. And as Utsav mentioned, recruiters spend on average 6 to 7 seconds. So your job is to highlight your key achievements in a way that it catches the recruiter's eyes in that short duration of 6 or 7 seconds. Okay, so I think this looks good. Just couple of minor comments. Deepak, we wish you all the best. I think you are on a good track. Second one is Kevin. So let's open. Also, do you have any comments on PDF versus Word?
no, I would say both are good. Both are good.
Both are good. All
Yeah.
right. Okay, so Kevin is here. So highly focused electrical engineer with 8 months construction. Okay, so looks like Kevin is an electrical engineering 8 months experience. What are your comments also on mentioning this quick summary? Is it good?
So yeah, what I feel is like, I personally not, I am not on the side of adding a summary onto your resume. Like, if at all your resume is selected, you will have something to say. That is
Mm-hmm.
your summary. You should, like, you should only add that points that is eye catching, and that will like have your resume selected by the recruiter. And after that, when you have a call, then like you have something to say apart from the resume, because your resume is in front of them when they are interviewing you. But
Right.
this is the thing that you can say to them. You can tell them that why I am into this line, how did I come up with these things, and how did I earn these things.
I see. All right. So, and let's move on. So academic details. So 2019, he did his graduation.
So for 8.46%, like for me, it's too low. out of 100. So I think he has made a mistake, but
Probably it's a typo. Maybe it should be
yeah, it might
84%.
be a typo. Yeah.
And I wouldn't mention anything about your 10th and 12th grade, okay?
Yeah.
So let's
Correct.
remove that. No one is
Yeah.
interested in what you achieved in during your
Yeah.
10th or 10th grade, right?
Yeah.
All right. And I just opened the email. He is looking for a job as a data analyst fresher, by the way. And looks like he has 8 months of experience in the construction and engineering fields. So this is a fresher's resume. All right.
Okay.
So you did your graduation, but doesn't mention like what was your
Major you should, yeah.
Yeah, even if it's electrical engineering, I think it's okay. You can mention that.
Yeah. Anyways, he has mentioned it in the summary, but like you should avoid adding your summaries to the resume.
Yeah. So avoid this section. If you want to start with academic details, start with, I mean, how, Utsav did it. See, Utsav did it this way. This is education, MS in information technology, technical skills, and so on. All right. So professional details, so electrical engineering. Now, here's a question. If someone has, let's say, experience in electrical or mechanical engineering, 3-4 years, should that person mention the experience? I think it will be helpful, right? Because it shows the person has a domain knowledge.
Domain knowledge, yeah. But the thing is, if you want to go into the data analytics or any of the other line apart from your domain, then you should probably add a very less points, and you should focus on more projects and more academic hands-on things what you can do by your own. Like adding this electrical experience of 8 points won't justify your knowledge about data analytics. So being the recruiter, I won't select him because he has just the electrical experience.
Yeah, so I think
Instead, yeah, he should have added the certifications or some like he can take the data sets from Kaggle or Google dataset now that we have, and he can provide the hands-on experience in it.
That's a very good point. Because see, he mentioned this Udemy course that he did, but it did not catch my attention actually. Sometimes resumer, like the recruiter will just go through your resume. He wouldn't even know that you have this.
Correct.
And let's say I'm a recruiter, so of course I will be doing a job of data analyst. Now, I don't know anything about transformers, for example.
Yeah, that's what I was telling. Correct.
This is all alien to me. Okay, so that's the point that Utsav mentioned. Do not, if you have experience in other fields, do not emphasize too much. Just brief 2 to 3 line summary, and even in that summary, try to show that you are looking for a data analyst career. Like some people have experience in mechanical engineering or electrical engineering, but they show that while I was at this job, I was also doing some Excel analysis or some Python programming or all of that, right? So you should build a resume by looking by having like recruiter's point of view, okay, not your own point of view. All right, so I will quickly move on. Key projects, see automatic wire cutting, prototype 3D. I would not mention too many of these things. Maybe Arduino is kind of cool, so mention that, but not too much. Okay. Also, Utsav, like I have seen people mention strengths. Like what is your take on this section?
So this is again, I would say that what is like you have something to say on this. So if you don't mention it here, and if you mention it, like if there is a first point of time management. So if you connect this time management with any of the projects that you did, that I had this deadline and I completed it by this thing, and I was able to manage my time and able to manage other things as well. So this definitely shows your time management skills. So you don't have to highlight everything here. And you can connect it with your experience. I would say
I totally agree. I would just remove this, and if you want to put it, maybe put it in a project section, so that show the achievement that, I had this 6-month project,
This,
but I did
yeah,
it in 3 months by an awesome time management skills. Okay, you can
correct,
highlight
correct.
time management in bold in that project description, but do not mention these trends, because think about it, I'm a recruiter. I wouldn't believe in any of this. I mean, you can write
Correct.
anything here, right? Like, what is the proof that you're good in time management? Okay, so remove this section. And if you want to morph some of these words in project description along with the key achievements, then feel free to do so. All right. So I think
Like,
friend.
and I think he has around 3 pages. So I would say cut it down to just one.
Mhm.
Like, I have got many of the interviews, and I have like applied around 2000 of the applications. I've done 2000 applications, and what I would suggest is just one page of resume is enough. Like, they don't have enough time to go through your 3 pages resumes. Plus this, the section on the left side, like, I haven't gone through any of the things on the left side. I was just focusing on the white part. So
Oh,
if you try to, yeah, if you try
so
to manage everything onto one page, you have definitely a lot of things to add on. So try to sum up everything in just 2 or 3 points. That would be enough.
exactly. And see, you have mentioned programming skills here, but neither me or Utsom noticed this
Correct.
because it's not highlighted at all.
Right.
It is in a dark background.
Hmm.
No one is gonna notice it. Person will spend 7 seconds on your white part and he will just straight away reject the resume. So make sure you move all of that on the right hand side. Also, I'm gonna link Utsav's. So Utsav, do you mind if I upload your resume to my
No, that's good.
right,
So,
my
yeah,
and I will provide this as an example to anyone who wants to change their resume. All right, so let's move on to the next one. So I'm gonna close this now, and the next one is Shiva Kumar is looking for a job as an experienced person. So let's see if he has an experience in data analysis field itself or not. All right. So business professional with 6.5 years of experience and 2 years work experience in data analytics. So this is good. Like you're
yeah.
clearly mentioning, I would probably change the
I
order,
would
right?
say, yeah, yeah. The order I can, we should change, and probably this kind of highlight is okay. Just like business professional with this, just the first 2 lines, not the below things, experience in dashboards. This you can mention in your experience that you have done these things. It
Right.
would automatically show up. And yeah, regarding the first thing, the passport number, has he mentioned like we did the morphing thing, or
No. So I think so. First of all, like I asked him to remove phone and email, but he's okay. This is a dummy. But yeah,
dummy
passport
thing?
number.
Yeah, but still,
I
yeah,
have I have never seen anyone mentioning passport number. Do not mention your passport
yeah,
number, right? No one
yeah,
is looking for your passport number. Professional highlights, as also mentioned, first 2 line summary is good, and then
perfect.
move to your skills. So your skills section, this skills section should be a section first of all, and
Yeah,
in that section mention all of this tableau whatever, and try to make grouping of your skills like how Utsav did it here. Okay, so these are my analytics tools, these are my programming languages, these are my database skills. So if you make grouping for a recruiter, it becomes very easy to parse your resume. All right, professional experience, data analyst with years of experience in whatever company, strong Excel. I would highlight Excel here. So if you have key skills to mention, like how you have highlighted Tableau here, try to highlight like Excel, saying advanced Excel skills or something, because these are again the terms that recruiter is looking for in that 7 second or 8 second narrow window. Okay,
yeah.
so highlight
So
that.
yeah, I have much to say on this thing. Like, with the 2 years of experience, you have a lot to do, and
Mhm.
this all lines would just say, like, even with one month of experience, I can write this creating pivot tables, we look up, pulling data in regular basis, and creating dashboards for Excel. So the thing is, what you have done, again, we are going to the STAR method. What is your project? What did you do in these 2 years? You should mention that things, not the generic things. So just keep these things in mind, all of you. Like, no generic sentences are allowed in the resume. Everyone
Yeah,
can write these things.
exactly. Like everyone can write it. Like, how do you establish that trust in the recruiter? So you
Correct.
have to mention specific project specific details along with the key achievement that you made in that project, and that will give a positive impression. Okay, operations and delivery. So he was project and operation lead with 4.5 years of experience and responsible for activating account, delivering the digital. So this is looks like a non-data analytics type of experience,
Yeah.
and it shows you have domain knowledge in certain area, which is fine, but I would just, this is probably too long of a description. So do you agree?
Yeah, yeah. I won't read everything. Just the first 2 lines are enough.
Exactly. All right, first of all, okay, so this is the second page. Let me look at how many pages. Okay, second page. Okay, so second page now have educational qualification. So if you are an experienced data analyst, you can put education qualification at the bottom, which is fine. Now see technical expertise, you have this
You
section
have it
here.
here. Yeah.
It shouldn't be here. It should be at the top here in the skills section. Okay. So that is something you definitely need to change. Trainings, machine learning with Python, editor technologies. This is something, if you can mention at the top, but I don't know, this is not a very strong point that
Strong.
you
Yeah.
have, right? So it's okay when if you skip it. Projects. So in the projects, you have projects one, project. Now I'm confused here. These are your projects, but then above here, you have your professional. See, you should merge your professional experience with your project. So
Projects.
this should be, first of all, 2 years of data analyst experience, editor technologies, the timeline, and then here you should be mentioning your project. So I don't know why you're mentioning your projects here. Maybe they are academic projects, I don't know. But if you have academic and professional projects, you can do something what Utsav did here, which is business experience. These are all his real
Yeah.
job projects, and then you have your academic projects. So there's like a clear segregation in your resume. Shiva Kumar, it's not clear like what these projects are, and these projects are also very generic terms. See, data cleaning, preparation, exploration, no one is interested in that. Give specific
Yeah.
details on the projects, show specific achievements. Okay, received a team spirit award. Where did you receive team spirit? Like
Yeah.
which company?
The
Mention exit
timeline.
details, right? I've seen my name on silver screen as lyric writer. I'm not too big on your extracurricular activities. If you're
Yeah.
writing poems, etc., whatever, I mean, it doesn't interest me. It's good, but I would just skip it. Date of birth is also something. At least in US, no one mentions that.
No
Date
one
of
mentions. Yeah.
birth, gender, marital status. You don't need to mention all of that. Your language skills might be useful because sometimes you have data analyst who specializes in, let's say, Chinese language or Russian language. If you're working on some kind of documentation type of problem, document management type of problem, and translation, etc., then language skills
Yeah.
is something you can mention. But these things you don't need to mention. You don't need to add declaration date and all of that. It's not like a contract that you're signing. So remove all of that.
Correct.
All right, should we move on to the next one, Utsav?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna close it. And Vivek Talwar. So Vivek Talwar.
Too much
First
of
of
white space. Yeah.
Too much of white space, exactly. See, your resume is open in my screen right now, and if I don't scroll, just think about it. How much
Yeah.
information I see? I see objective, which is useless. I see a name, whatever. I mean, it's not a strong point, basically.
Yeah,
It's not that useful.
it's not
And
the productive thing. Yeah.
it's not a productive thing. And you say work experience and that's it. See, this is the only thing I saw in your resume without scrolling. Now look at Utsav's resume. When I'm in his resume, in this one screen alone, I got hell lot of information: his education, his key achievements, his skills summary, and a little bit of project description. I might not even scroll this resume and call Utsav for an interview, because he just provided me so much value in the first view itself, versus in your case too much white space. So it's not good. I think your resume, just by looking at it, I can tell it needs lots and lots and lots of work. It is just too very basic. If I had to give a score to your resume, I would give only 1 out of 10. So just make it 1-page resume. You have 3 pages. You have third blank page also, which is very bad. Make it like simple 1-page resume, and just follow the guidelines that we already discussed. All right, so I'm gonna now move to the next one.
Yeah.
So we have so many resumes to go through. So guys, if I'll have to rush sometimes, but pardon me for that. Rinkesh Patel's resume. So it's opening. All right, so Rinkesh is here. So let's see how this is looking. This is, by the way, for an experienced data analyst. Again, this section is not necessary.
Yeah.
Okay, remove that. Because see, I read this and I don't get any value out of it. Junior software engineer. Fine. I mean, if you have software engineer experience, it's gonna be a plus point if you're looking for data analyst job, because you have analytical mind, programmings, whatever. But then, see, these 3 lines are totally useless.
Correct.
I don't get any concrete data point out of here. Very, very generic statements. If you're working in ABC Infotech as a junior software engineer, what was the project you worked on? Which programming language tools did you use? What was the achievement? What was the client requirement? How did you create impact in client's life? None of that is present here. So need big improvement. Again, everyone, I'm gonna link Utsav's resume. You can just read through his awesome resume, get a lot of tips. It will be in the video description. Data science intern, Python, machine learning. What is that? I mean, what is this?
Yeah.
This is like just some random terms that you have mentioned. So need a lot of improvement in this area. Problem solving, time management. See, all these skills that you have highlighted, these are again not useful.
Yeah. And what is social media in the skills?
Oh yeah.
Like,
Wow.
How does it matter?
Everyone knows how to use social media. Like 5-year-old kid. I have a niece who is like 5-year-old. She knows how to browse Facebook page. So what?
So when we just opened the resume, it looked very promising. Like seeing the resume, it looked good. But when we digged into it, like there are many flaws in it, and definitely there is a lot room of improvement for this resume.
So format structure is okay, but the content is very poor.
Yeah. So sometimes this kind of resumes work, but not every time. So I would suggest that 70% of the time you should go with 1-pager and with a Word or a PDF, just with the words and your achievements, not this kind of resumes. And I think I have one resume that I have created in Tableau or like any of the tools you can use, that we'll share later. But like this kind of PDF formats or Word formats that they have inbuilt in the Word or the PDF documents, this works, but not every time.
I see. All these language skills you have mentioned, all these points, like 4 out of 5. I don't know how useful they are. So briefly mention you have French skills, but then you have 1 out of 5. So why are you even mentioning it? I mean,
Yeah.
I don't get it. So just, yeah, remove this, briefly mention your language like English, comma, Hindi, comma, Gujarati, which is fine. Interest, reading, calibrity. Like I look at resumes, I'm never interested
Never.
in
Yeah.
all of this, mindfulness, like what is that? Movies.
Yeah.
So what? Everyone likes to watch movies. Remove this whole section. All right, I'm gonna move to the next one. Your resume needs a lot of work. Karan Arora. So Karan Arora, looking an internship program in a company where I could gain more knowledge. You can remove this objective line, by the way, because if you are applying for internship position, the recruiter knows that you are
Yeah.
applying for internship. So it's okay if you remove this. Also,
Even
as
that.
it's,
Yeah, you can go ahead.
yeah. So the Utsav mentioned this underscore, this line. You were talking about that, right? Like the line
Yeah.
underscore under objective, that line underscore line that you're seeing. Remove that. Academic qualification. I don't really care about your HSC and SSC. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You receive like 50% or 100% or 95%. I don't care. So just remove this.
And
If you
even
did,
that table is not needed.
yeah, exactly. That's a good point. This table looks horrible, by the way. So Karan, please remove this. If you did BS in mathematics, I mean, if you want, you can highlight some of the coursework. I think if you look at Utsav's resume,
No,
um,
the first person, I think he mentioned the related coursework.
uh, okay,
So we can write that thing under technical skills or anywhere under your education that you, related coursework that that adds to the point that you are interested into these things and you are pursuing it hands on.
perfect. And in the technical skills also, you have so many skills. If you try to group, such as visualization tool, programming skill, like how Utkarsh did, is going to help you remove analytical skills and logical thinking, because these are generic words. There is no proof or a data point supporting it. College participation, cyber clan, computer society member, freshers coordinator. I
So
mean,
these all things like you have these things to say when you have a call. Rest you guys. So there are like four parts of the resume. First should be your introduction. Second your education. Third your business experience. Fourth your academic projects. And if you want to add your fifth point, then it should be your participation in any of the clubs that is valuable and your achievements. So I would say that this five parts would be enough, and this all extracurricular things would be necessary when you have a call to with the recruiter and you have nothing to say. When he'll say like, tell me about yourself, there is a first thing. So your resume is in front of his screen, so he knows probably what you did and what is there on your resume. So the thing is what you have achieved, like the strengths you can add on to your projects. That when I worked during this, when I was an intern for 2 months, I completed my projects, and that was my time management skills. I had like 2 to 3 members under me. I gave KT to them. That is your leadership skills. You also participated into the volunteering activities. That shows your team building skills, team engagement skills, like that. So these all things will help you to crack your interviews, to talk about in your interviews. And your interviews should go long, like it should be around 30 minutes, not like just 15 minutes and where he is asking you questions and you are just answering that. You should have a conversation into the interview.
yep. Also in the projects, if you did data analysis and visualization project here, try to add more details into it
Yeah.
and provide information on what exactly you did in the data analysis. You can say, okay, I clean the data or I remove outliers using Z-score, IQR. If you mention all those key terms, then it makes a good positive impression. Back order prediction. So projects, even if you are applying as an intern or a fresher, you can always mention the projects. You should work on more projects. I have a video where I have provided information on how you can work on real life projects even without having a job. So follow that video and use your creative ways to uh, work on the projects while you're still looking for a job, and mention those projects, because projects are extremely important in the interview process or in getting the interview call. Okay, so I think that's it. Hobbies section you have, I would remove hobbies section. I would remove this section also, very generic terms. So let's move on to the next one. Ejaul Hassan. So Ejaul Hassan is looking as a position that will allow, again, remove this. You have mentioned all your address and email.
Not needed.
Yeah, its address is not needed. Certification, data science from, okay. I mean, this is, what is the take on this? So,
I wouldn't suggest these things. Like, I don't know what Technius Private Limited is and how like how I don't know how authoritative it is,
right,
how
right.
good it is. Like, how can we judge these things?
Yeah, I mean, if you give me details such as, okay, I can do deep learning or I can
Yeah,
do basic machine learning using sklearn, etc. If you provide more details, this is okay. But this is like machine learning with data science and very, very generic.
yeah.
Uh,
It's just you might have read the concepts and you added like just the 1 hour of, like, if you go to Udemy, there is just like 10 minutes of machine learning with data science. They'll just brief you about what is machine learning with data science. I might add that too in the certification, but that is nothing. No one knows that whether it is a 1 hour video or a 10 minutes or 10 hours.
right. That's a very good point. If you're mentioning any certification course, try to add more details so that
Details.
person knows how good that course is. Because as it's so mentioned, there might be a 10-minute course, there might be a 10-week detailed course where they ask you to write some test, they ask you to write pass challenging quizzes. Those kind of certification puts more value. So you can say, okay, I did this 12-week course, very intense, hands-on, build all these models, worked on these projects, achieved this much score. If you do mention something like that, then that might be useful. Your GBS, your schooling, guys, no one cares about your schooling. Okay, mention your bachelor's and that's it. Doesn't matter what you did in your school. Technical skills is okay, you have done grouping, which is good. um, Machine learning, see, technical learning, you have machine learning. Oh, what does that even mean? You can say, yeah, I know Python, like sklearn, I know pandas, how to do data cleaning in pandas, fine. But machine learning is a very generic term. I wouldn't mention this in my technical skills. Projects, attendance system using face detection, I would add more details here on what exactly you did in this project, and what tools, technologies you use, what results you achieved, and so on. Awarded a winner prize of Maze Solver Boat in Pro. And now this looks like some good achievement, something you can mention at the top. How Utsav mentioned it, like how he's like Forbes under 30 scholar. So looks like you did Maze Solver Boat in Provence 2K, although I don't know much about this particular challenge, but looks something interesting.
Yeah, it's
maybe
interesting.
maybe you
At least
can.
eye catching, and you can like diverge your interview towards this. If you have a lot to say, then only you should mention this, that awarded a winner prize of this maze solver. And if you add this thing on to the top of your resume, then the interviewer might be interested in this and he might convert your whole resume onto this thing. And if you have a lot to say, then you might convert it. This is the best
Yes,
thing.
and personal strength, I would remove that. Honesty towards my profession
Yeah.
doesn't add any value. All right, so next one is Chandan Kumar. We are going to go now a little fast because I think you during the discussion till now, most of you got the basic ideas about how to build a good resume. So we'll just quickly comment and move on really fast. Okay. So CK's professional overview. This doesn't interest me because you're not highlighting anything. See, I would highlight SQL query maybe. There is no like concrete mention about what you achieved. So an education ongoing machine learning course from iNeuron. Data science from Udemy, but what, like, can you mention more details? Like some general course, like 10-minute course maybe. As this is something we mentioned already in the last resume, so we'll not go over it. You should provide more concrete details. Okay, now projects. So projects is something I'm interested in. Real estate, by the way, it's called real estate, not real estate. So that's wrong. So you need to correct it. This project raised high price in Bangalore depends on several fishing. By the way, I have a project on Bangalore house price prediction. So I don't know if you're talking about the same project. You should probably add more details and try to do some unique project. Here you are doing like diabetes data set analysis. This is a standard academic project. So I would like do the similar project, but do on a different data set that catches recruiter eyes. If I see a project where, okay, I have done classification on iris flower data set or diabetes or Boston housing, these are all academic projects, man. No ads, no value. Everyone has done that. You can do the same exit project on a little different data set. It shows that you have genuinely worked on that project. You have put your dedication and effort on that, and that will leave a positive impression on recruiter's mind. Okay, so your resume needs a lot of work, Chandan Kumar. All right, so let's see. Projects completed. After project completed, you have
a second page.
Again, second page. So I think one page is enough. You don't need to write Chandan Kumar. We all know that this is written by Chandan Kumar. So this should be removed. In HackerRank, holding rank 1 in SQL. But what? Give me more details.
That is good. But
yeah, if this is your achievement, I would mention at the very top. Very top, and give more details. Like where is the what was the rank that you achieved? Is there any online social proof, right? Is there like a link you can provide which shows that you achieved this success? In Java, having silver badges in TechGeek certified in you need to rewrite all of this and mention your achievements in a more concrete, specific way at the very top. Okay. Also skills and competence. See, you have all the skills, but these skills you should mention at the top here. Okay, so the order is important. Mention it here at the top. All right, so I'm gonna just now go to the next one.
We should give them the format of the resume, what it should be, like the timelines on the right and the wordings on the left.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna, the best thing we can do, so is I'm gonna provide this resume itself. Your resume is probably one of the best resumes I have seen. So you can probably use that as a template. Now, in your resume is very good both for freshers as well as experienced people. Because you were experienced data analyst in India, having 4 years of experience, you came to US, did your master's, and after doing a master's, when you were looking for a job, that's when you created this resume. So when I look at
again on ground zero, like I'm a fresher here in US.
Exactly. So you're a fresher here in US. So if for a fresher, this is a perfect format. Now, what fresher will not have is this real experience, but that's fine. So you can remove all this real experience and you can just mention your academic project. Okay. So Saraswati with Kumar. Again, first page, You have lot of
Lot
white
of
space.
information. Yeah, white
Lot of
space.
white. Your name is in like a big highlight. Lot of space above and below. This is very bad. You have your address, phone, and all of that. This could easily fit in one
One
line.
line.
If you look at Utsav's resume, see,
Yeah.
in one line, he told me about his name, his phone number, email, LinkedIn. One line, enough. Okay. The same thing you took, see, half the page. So you can remove that. Uh, remove this section. Uh, remove like good communication skills and all that. Like no one is interested in that. So start with your skills, and these skills again you have one line per skill, which is not a good utilization
Yeah.
of the space. I'm pretty sure your resume will be multiple pages. So you
Yes,
see
three
it's like
pages.
3 pages. Try to fit this in one page. Okay. And I'm not a big fan of having this left side and right side
Yeah.
approach. Just
Yeah.
have one
One.
one simple. Okay. You have good skills. So Saraswat, it's pretty good, man. You have pretty good skills. So you just looks like you are a talented person. You have good skills, but you are not writing your resume in a way that will catch
Yeah.
attention of a recruiter. So you need to do that. Now see, because you created two sections, what happened is now on this page there is just left section and right hand side is totally blank.
Blank.
This is totally bad. Remove this left section completely. Move everything on the right hand side. I would remove all these details. No high school details, no philanthropic, nothing. Don't mention all of this. Not needed. Okay, all these like the ability to work under pressure, the ability to multitask. Do not mention it. No one is gonna believe it, you know.
Yeah. Everyone can do multitask.
Yeah, everyone can do. Yeah, I can
That's
do my.
easy. Yeah. I
I
can
can
cook
do.
and I can use the mobile. So that is multitasking.
Yeah, I can do my job and I can
That's
still
not
be
needed.
checking my WhatsApp and Facebook.
Correct, correct.
And multitasking is a good skill, but then you have to prove it. You
Prove it.
don't
Yeah,
just
correct.
mention it. Okay, move on to the next one. Anurag Dhar. Okay, this is an experience resume. So I would club all this 3 lines into maybe 2 lines or maybe one line.
One
You
line.
don't need address, by the way. Remove the address. Okay, if recruiters needs your address, you can always provide the address in the email. Just say that I will provide it in the email. Summary, kind of okay. Education. See, if you are a professional, if you have Utsav, what do you prefer? If you have professional experience, a few years of experience, and if you are looking for a senior data analyst job, I have an opinion that we should move education section at the bottom. You
Bottom.
agree?
Yeah, we can do that.
Yep. So
Yeah.
move this at the bottom, remove this underlines that you have here, these two
Yeah.
underlines, 3 underlines. Straight away, start with your skills and then project
Correct. Yeah.
experience.
Even
Okay.
summary is not needed. Like your experience speaks a lot. Like this,
Exactly.
on seeing, it's a very good resume. It speaks a lot, and like you don't have to mention that you have 4 years of experience. Your timeline speaks for the experience.
And I would highlight some of the key areas. You saved $2.5 million. Just highlight this in a bold.
Yeah.
Okay, highlight things like reduce manual report by 70%. Highlight that. Highlight Tableau. Highlight SQL. See, you have a Tableau, VLOOKUP, all this experience. And when I'm looking at this page, I don't see those skills here. So
Correct.
you have to summarize those skills at the top. Maybe you have it at the bottom. You have it at the bottom. See, your resume is good. You just need some
Yeah. It's
reordering.
it's it's good.
It's a very good resume.
Yeah.
All right. So good luck. You need Anurag, only few changes. And after that, I wish you all the best. Kesav Swami.
Mhm.
Kesav Swami, see, you wasted your first page on nothing. See, first page, just name and that's it. Don't do that. Achievements, you have spelling mistake. Mozilla hackathon, participate which teaching improvement project. I would summarize all these details again at the top. Do not, friends, do not create this left and right section. You're not utilizing the space efficiently. Move it at the top. Research at IIIT Allahabad. That's fine. Notepad clone text with font feature. And so when I look at this, like, what did you exactly do actually? Were you a software engineer? Were you a data analyst? Like, or is this an academic project? I don't get any clue actually. You need to add more details on what is this project, whether this you did in your company, if you did it in academics, just say academics projects.
Projects, yeah. What is this game again? So
Yeah.
you should mention these things.
And skills, move it at the top and remove all this unnecessary line breaks.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. So I'm gonna go a little fast because of the time limitation we have, and we have so many resumes to go through. Again, a lot of white space here, so try to remove it. I like the fact that you have provided data science portfolio. So if I'm a recruiter, I would just click on the link and I would try to
I can
review
get
the whole.
everything.
Yeah, but make sure your page is good. I mean, I don't want to see diabetes or Boston housing price prediction projects on your GitHub page. It should have some real, like, different type of projects. Resume objective is not needed.
Yeah. And this 6 months timeline is also not needed. November to May, we can get it that it's 6 months. So.
Oh yeah, exactly. Good point.
There is, like, you wasted one line. You can add on a lot of things.
Exactly. Sounds like resume is all about space management, space management, so that you save your recruiter's time.
Format. It's about the recruiters. Your resume should, like, save recruiters' time, and they should be able to pick you up. It's not the other way around. Yeah.
And Rutgers Data Science Bootcamp is good, so that is fine. Effectively provided key insight on how all the group projects should be structured and presented. So what was your role really? I want to understand that. You were just coordinating the class, or you were actually a student? Emphasis, clarification, or conclusion after, right? So if you're a student, mention about the project. Like, what was the project? What was the problem you were trying to solve? Mention that. Any other comments, Utsav?
This looks good.
Okay.
Just one page and not 2 sections.
Yep. Garden State Laboratories, Lab Analyst, which is fine, but try to reduce this into maybe one line.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Moving on. This is really going well. After we have Suryadeep. Suryadeep, you don't need to include your picture, buddy. I think it's okay.
There's a lot of information on just seeing it.
Yeah. I mean, it looks almost overwhelming, this first page. I mean, I appreciate you have put a lot of effort in building this resume, but this, you could have summarized all of this in maybe 1 or 2 lines, right? Your picture needs to be removed. The font of your name should be much smaller. It should be, I keep on going to Utsav's resume, just like this, 1 line and done. Okay, certified data science. Yeah,
focus should be mainly on the work experience, like business experience and your academic hands-on, and skills. You can just mention one thing, like Python or Tableau or SQL or anything. Like, if you have just 2 years of experience, by looking at your resume, it seems like you have around 5 to 6 years of experience. But if you cannot justify all the things on your resume, then it won't matter at all.
Yeah. Yep. Now you have 2 years of experience in mechanical uh, automotive industry, but I like the fact that you mentioned you highlighted your data analyst skills initially. You said certified data professional with hands-on experience on this, which is good.
Good.
So
Yeah.
you have experience in other domain, but you're mentioning your intention very loudly here that okay, I'm interested in this data analyst role with all these skills. So that is
Yeah.
really good. Transportation analyst, Amazon Development Center, India. So looks like he's a transportation analyst. Uh, so filtering,
Oh,
cleaning, conditional formatting, unstructured data. This is very good.
again, star method is needed for this.
Okay, so
Like
star method,
it's
we
too
exact.
wordy. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Two wordy star method. Utsav and I mentioned earlier. We don't want to go back there again, but we'll just say in brief, star method. Apply
Yeah.
star method here and highlight your skills. MS SQL, MS Excel, all this should be in bold so that the person knows what exactly you
Yeah.
did.
And
Uh,
no two parts in your resume. Like I cannot go both the ways. Read the skills and the experience. It
yeah,
should be in chronology and step by step.
step by step, exactly. This is like I have to handle both of this
Both the
information,
things.
which is
Like if I go with the skills, I lose interest in the work experience. If I go with the work experience, I lose interest in the skills what you have. So either ways, you are losing it.
another point is when I saw transportation analyst, I somehow thought this is some kind of he's working in maybe Amazon like supply chain division. That's the
Yeah.
understanding I got. I would just say a data analyst, you know,
Correct.
data analyst in bracket for transportation business segment, something like that. You are
And
using
yeah,
this word Tron associate. I don't know what that is. Okay, so
it's,
just say data analyst, and then
and
here
even
here in
yeah,
the
you can
project
go.
description you can mention that you did data analysis in the transportation field. Yeah, go ahead Utsav.
Yeah, and even like if you go with the skills onto this machine learning model building, like linear regression decision tree and dot dot dot. So I don't know what it is. Even with
Oh.
SCM dot dot dot. So yeah, and the last thing, web scraping using. So please be aware about the grammatical things, the sentences, and how you build your sentences. That is the main important thing. Like even if your resume is too good and you have grammatical mistakes, you won't qualify. That is for sure. It
Exactly. So
doesn't count.
if you have a friend who is good in English, ask that person to review the resume, because sometimes when you look at your resume, you are biased, so you cannot
Correct.
figure out obvious errors. So ask your friend, ask like few people to review your resume to catch grammatical mistakes like using two times. As so mentioned, they
Yeah.
are pretty bad. Okay, education. All of this looks good. All right, let's move on to next one. We wish you all the best Deep. You are working in Amazon. Good luck. You're getting some good exposure. All right, Harshvardhan. Wow, man, I like this.
No.
Elon Musk. He's calling himself good. I like your spirit. Nice. uh, so we are not going to repeat the same thing again and again. See, this can be crunched into one line, so you should just get it. This is just too wordy.
Yeah.
I do not have time to read your whole story. Give me the meat, give me the key information I'm looking for. If you provide such a long story, you will leave a lot of negative impression on recruiter's mind.
Hmm.
So just a brief summary of what you did, brief summary of your skills, technical skills, good. Technical skills is good. You have grouped them well, which is good. You mentioned some analytical and reporting tools. That is also good, because as a data analyst, you are many times working on reporting. So having experience in reporting is definitely helpful. Professional experience. Okay, professional experience. Professional experience, just follow star method
Stop.
that we already mentioned here. education, summer internship. I think that these things are looking good. I like the fact that you have experience, which are you are mentioning at the top, and
Yeah.
education you have mentioned at the bottom, which is a good thing. Certificates, Utsav, if someone has certificates, should they move it up, or I think it's
Yeah, it
fine.
should be like if you have good certification and that is authenticated from a good website or like that, then you can add on below the technical skills. Otherwise, like just the free courses from Udemy, Coursera, Edureka, IDX, then it's okay. But it is if it's authenticated, then you can add on below the skills.
Perfect. All right, let's see how many we have left. So now I'm gonna really quickly go over it. Friends, you have already gotten an idea on like when you are seeing that, like, okay, do not divide it in two sections. See,
Correct.
very, very obvious error. Do not use table.
Tables.
And summary you don't need. More details on your experience, professional skills grouped. That's it. That's like a quick summary of your resume. I'm gonna move on to the next one. So we'll just go really fast. If you
Yeah.
find anything which we have not mentioned so far, then we can mention it. Okay. Otherwise, we are just gonna quickly go through it. A lot of white space. You don't need this black border. I see many people using this black border. Career objective not needed. Education details, mention it without a table. Code training, table. This person is a
Everything
fan
without
of this person is a
tables.
fan of tables. He has tables everywhere. You should have zero tables.
And don't write resume on the top. Like we know this is your resume.
Very good point, Utsav. Utsav is a master of resume review, by the way. Okay,
He,
you don't.
he has copy pasted these things. I think like if you go on to the top, there is a small arrow on the left hand side here near the mobile. Yeah,
Okay, so what
it
does
might
that
be
mean?
something like it is copy pasted from something. So if you
Got it.
have these things, like there is a under para into these things. Like there is a heading and then there is a para from that.
Oh
It's like
yeah,
this. It seems like that.
like you also have it probably, right?
Yeah. So
But
if
then
you copy, yeah, if you copy paste these things, you will see these things that you have the experience, but that is like later on things.
hmm,
If you
I
want to add your add the sub part into your resume, then it's good. But you have a lot of things to add on. So yeah,
Okay, so Amit, in the video description, I have mentioned Utsav's resume. So just use his resume and try to rewrite. Just copy this resume and fill in your details. You don't have business experience, but you should have academic project experience. If you don't have academic project experience, you are not ready for the job. You should find some projects and do work on it before you start applying for the job. Abhishek Mishra. All right, let's look at Abhishek Mishra's resume. Same thing here, you know, our comments. Okay, work experience skill section is good, summary is good. You don't need bullets here. Like, see, I mean, I can, why do you need
yeah,
bullets and why do you need like a lot of even left spacing? Try to optimize the space in the best possible way. Good that you have highlighted all the skills, but you don't have your star. You're not following
star.
star methodology. No achievements. You know, what did you achieve? Sometimes people work on this big project. They're part of the 100 people team. They
Yeah,
mention a lot about project, but they don't mention what exactly they did and what
they did.
exactly they achieved.
Correct.
Because when I'm interviewing you, I'm interested in knowing what exactly you did
You
in
did.
that project. You're part of big 100 people team. I don't want to know the whole story about that multi-year project. I want to know what did you do? What did you achieve? Okay, assistant manager electrical. I would just mention one line. That's it. See, junior manager electrical. See, all this information is not useful to me as a data analyst employer. This is all not useful. Mention one line, and just be done with it. All right, Abhishek is done. I wish you all the best, Abhishek. Sandesh Dongre, primary skills. Okay, try to group your skills as we mentioned before. Some people mention operating system. Really, is it?
Doesn't make sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. I mean, it's kind of okay. I mean, Linux or whatever, but
Linux and Unix, yeah, Windows 7, 8, 10, everyone knows. Like,
yeah.
how
So,
does that work?
like, I just remove that. Okay. Excel charts. I mean, I would mention some advanced Excel skills. You can say advanced Excel skills, mention some pivot tables, some VBA
Yeah, we
macros
look
that you
up.
know. Those VLOOKUP, those things leave some good impression. You are consuming too much space here, too much space, too many lines in just mentioning project summary. Okay, if you look at Utsav's resume, he is very clear. See, he was like, for example, here he was SQL analyst for this client, and these are the things he achieved. So you should do something like that. Project 2, project 3, and all of a sudden I'm looking at it. First of all, it's a 3-line resume,
Yeah,
3
it goes
page.
on and on.
Yeah. Do not go over 1 page. Period. 1 page, you should be able to write up everything. If you have a lot of experience, yeah, maybe 2 page, but not more than
Yeah.
that. Okay, remove the table. Academic profile, you can just mention your bachelor's and your master's. Do not mention how many percentage you get in your 10th or 12th grade. Address, phone number, date of birth. Guys, do not provide all these personal details, not needed. If your HR wants to contact you, you can provide the information in the email. All right, Akash Yadav. This looks very similar. I think we reviewed resume like this
Yeah.
before. It looks very similar actually. Like
Yeah,
two
yeah.
left and right
It
side.
is similar. Yeah. It's
So
the
we
same
have,
format from the Word document. Like these
yeah.
all formats we get.
So whatever comment we had on that resume, I think we'll have same comments on your resume as well. Professional details, when you are giving professional details, and when you are saying chronic disease prediction, I mean, I want to see more of this. Basically, diabetes prediction sound at first it sounds like an academic project to me, but maybe it's a real project. But you need to convince me that you have worked on this real project for a given client. Mention the name of the client if possible, and provide the exact, basically star technique. So go by star technique. And then you have projects here.
Yes, good projects, but you should be able to mention it. Like Twitter analysis is good, A/B testing is good, this data wrangling, everything is good, but you should be able to mention everything according to the method, what you have did and what you have achieved from the project. So you
Exactly.
can exactly like you can remove the parts of the education like the basic like 10th 12th is not needed, objective is not needed, so you can add on your more points of academic projects.
Yep. I would again say copy Utsav's resume and then just try to fill in details as per his format. Okay. So let's move on to the next one is Anandeep. Anandeep. So two vertical sections. We don't like it. I don't think any recruiters like that. You have your name in a very big font, same comments, same comments.
He has done a lot of projects,
Yeah, he did. Like,
chatbots, speech recognition, sentimental image. You should justify everything, you know.
yeah, you should. Exactly. When you mentioned so many things, on the one hand, it's good, but on the other hand,
Yeah, it
interviewer
will take you
can,
down, I think.
yeah, interviewer will
This,
ask you a lot of questions. So mention the skills which you are really good at, because then you can drive the conversation around that
correct.
skills. If you mention chatbot and if you know only 5% of the chatbot, then interviewer will ask you so many questions and they will say, okay, this guy doesn't know anything. They'll reject you actually. You have a extra dot here, grammatical problem. You have also mentioned everything in a capital letter, which is not good. I think try to mention, use like regular case. Again, for the skill set, all caps. I don't know. I somehow don't like this all caps. All right. Experience, very generic terms, data wrangling, gathering, what did you exactly do? Star method, guys, star method is the key here. Follow that. Okay, says Marco. So Mr. Marcos, resume here, data analyst. I don't know, this looks like a template that he has taken. What is Frederick Haig? Yeah, I don't know. And this looks like some template that you have taken from somewhere. Okay, well, let's move on. Shiv Shankar. So Shiv Shankar made a, by the way, he made a resume as per the guideline I provided in one of the videos. So I think it looks like he has taken that template. Here, see, you have this extra space. So try to remove that. He has nice summary. So if you have a nice summary, like I would just, make it bold probably.
The margins are too big.
Margins, yeah, on the left and right hand side, too big. So remove that. You have extra space. See, this extra space, by the way, grammatical mistakes are going to hurt you. So do not have all these grammatical problems in your resume. You don't have any dot here, the period, and then you have period here. Continental automotive data analyst. Again, star technique. So apply star technique here. Education. Otherwise, the resume looks good. Like format-wise, it's good. Okay. And so if you notice anything that we have not discussed so far, then you can maybe interrupt me and you can just add your point there. Puneet. Let's see what Puneet has to say.
Wow.
All right, Puneet.
A lot of things.
Puneet, you have a lot of things which could be good and bad both. So let's see. Okay, first of all, this is too wordy. I don't see any highlights. I don't have, as a recruiter, I'm a busy person. I have 7 to 8 seconds to go through your resume and you're giving me a lot of work. I just feel like you have just given me a big project to work on. So highlight the skills and this summary, try to, if possible, don't add summary. And if you want to add summary, then just say, 3.2 years of BI reporting experience. Just very
that is
brief.
Okay. And the below points are your experience, I think. And you should add these things into your work history.
Yep. All of these should be in your work history. So you were a systems engineer, which is good because you have some database knowledge and all that, which will be useful for data analyst position anyway. Roles and responsibilities, understanding the business requirement, involve. See, all these guys, like these are like very generic terms. Like you can mention it, but be very precise. Do not waste too many lines or too many words on that. Projects, IntelliPet. So from IntelliPet, you did some projects, which is good. You shouldn't mention Python here. Just say project 1. Or you don't need to even say project 1, just say predicting customer churn in telecom company. And you can
using Python.
And after this, you can mention the duration, maybe 3 months, or when did you do it, like 2015, like 2020, when did you do it?
Timeline is necessary.
Timeline is actually very important because if you did this project like 5 years back,
you might have lost your interest in this. You might be just adding a project to your resume. So timeline is important.
In the project, I would not create this kind of categories. Actually, I would just have brief, like just morph everything into one description, like how Utsav did here. if you're doing this project, just morph everything in it. Like, you don't need to create too many categories, otherwise you are increasing the length of your resume. This
It's
can
of
easily.
6 pages.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I
Oh
can see
wow,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
1 2
6.
3 4. All right, if someone looks at your 6 page, the person will not call you for interview. Okay,
Yeah,
Puneet, be aware of this. You have to write your resume 1 page, maximum 2 page. You had too much details. All right, you did all these projects, but I would mention only 2 or 3 projects which you are confident about. Do not mention like
correct.
every single thing you did. All right, education is okay. All of this not needed. Extracurricular activity, I mean, it's okay if you mention one-liner, but I mean, it's not gonna add any value. Okay,
Yeah,
language. Yeah, language is probably okay, but again, one line. All right, Punit, I wish you all the best. Vikram, your turn now, buddy. Vikram Kumar, data analyst. You can remove that. I mean, why do you want to
yeah.
say data analyst? You're applying for data analyst position, and then you're mentioning here 3 years of
Oh,
experience.
9 years total.
Yeah, 3 years of experience as a data
Obviously.
analyst, and you have total 9 years experience. So where is remaining 6 years? See, you have left me in puzzle now.
Hmm.
If you say 3 years of, just say 3 years of data analyst experience. I mean, you don't need to say total 9 years of experience, because now I don't know where is your 6 years of experience. Maybe I will know more as I look at your resume. Okay. So you have mentioned all these wordy things. So we have same comments. You already know our feedback on that. You have 2 vertical section, which is not good. Make it 1. Project. Now in the project, you are simply giving me GitHub link. So what do you expect me to do? Do you expect me to go to your GitHub link and start reading it? You should provide the information here. Your recruiter who is looking at your resume is a busy person. He's not gonna go there, understand. And GitHub link is good actually, but provide a description so that he get an idea, and then he can go to GitHub and start looking at your code if he's
Yeah, if
interested.
interested.
Okay, but this is more like a puzzle. Okay, now you go figure it out for me. Why? MDocs. I know about this company. My friend used to work in MDocs. It's a good company. So that experience will add to your benefit. But you have
No
Symbios.
paragraphs.
Yeah, no paragraph. Exactly. No paragraphs. Yep. Too wordy. You have some key results here. I see that, but they are not highlighted. So highlighting key points is important. And another thing is, all right, let's see. Another thing is what? So Ericsson, India, you worked in this company, I understand, but as what? You should mention like
Yeah,
data analyst or whatever. Okay, so because see, you looks like you did some VBA work. So sounds like you have data analyst, but here it doesn't say what did you do. Okay, so you should mention your role in this company. All right, any other comment, Utsav, or should we move on to the next one?
no, we can move on.
All right, Chuan Chen, your turn, buddy. Okay, same comments. Too much space you're wasting. This could be in one line. Education, New York University Masters of Data Science, which is good. This is good. I don't know what is this. Maybe some typo or something. I generally like left indentation like this
Yeah,
instead of the middle one. I mean, that's me. Experience, you have experience as a research assistant. Develop LRNS method. Okay, so you have research assistant experience. So you should maybe highlight develop error analysis approach using this equation, but I don't see any tools or technology. Like I don't see like Python, Tableau, Excel. I don't see any of that.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to see those things if I want to call you for an interview. So you did all this analysis research. You must have used some tools. So can you mention those tools?
Yeah, tools, language, anything. It looks promising, but yeah, we are in doubt onto what you have used.
Exactly. We both are reviewing your resume and we are kind of in doubt on what you do. Now here I see you implemented LSTM and hidden Markov model, which is good, but using what? Using sklearn, Python. Can you add more details on that? You have an awards, excellence in research award from the honors college. I mean, if you have exceptional achievements such as Utsav, you would just mention at the top so that it catches the attention. Now, see, you mentioned the skills here, which is good, but these skills I want to see at the top. So move those skills at the top and mention those skills again and again in all of your projects. All right, let's move on to the next one, which is Abdul Karim Core Basics. I think he has used the template that I have given. So I understand in my template, I gave this summary, which is okay, but it should be having specific details. Like here, you are saying passionate about this and that, but looks like you mostly you're fresher probably. If you have experience, then I would say okay, 5 years of data analyst experience, mastering in Tableau and XYZ skills, 1 or 2 line summary. And if you don't have that, remove the section.
Yeah, I think we can generalize that thing that if you have around good experience of 4 to 5 years, then just one line of summary is okay, just for the recruiter to know that you have good enough experience in the industry. Like if you have just 2 3 years of experience, then the summary won't matter. Your experience would speak into the resume.
Exactly. And just format this work experience section as per the guideline we already discussed, which is star method and following all the other points. All right, remove this. This is not like some kind of contract that you're signing. Okay, Jimmy's resume. This is the last one. Jimmy's resume looks very wordy, big fonts. Description is not necessary. Academic project. You have not mentioned any of that. I don't know what you're doing with this. Okay. Academic projects are here. So you have academic projects, academic credentials here. Sorry, these are academic credentials here. And then these are academic projects. Okay, this is good. Like Jimmy, you mentioned about COVID-19 analysis, which shows that you have worked on a unique problem. It's not like a Boston house price prediction, but add details on.
Yeah. Mention like, what were your insights by using this Tableau?
Exactly. So your insights are important, like what you analyzed and you finally consolidated different sheets into dashboard, but what is your conclusion? You know, if you mention your conclusion, because as a data analyst, your job is to draw insights from data and tell a data story. So what was the story? Mention that. And of course, I will mention like here, okay, you mentioned Tableau. So I will just bold it. Okay. And then I don't like the formatting of this actually. So the formatting wise, you know, like format it like this, something like this. This is probably a better way of formatting it.
And use the same bullets and numbering everywhere. Like for above the academic projects, you had different bullets, and here different bullets.
Oh,
be in the same format.
Very good point. See, the bullets are here like arrow, and here is like the circle. Yeah. So it has to be consistent.
See, here again different. Like this is not a design kind of thing. You cannot.
So, yeah, see, different bullet. Yeah. Yes. All right. So I think we covered good 27
Yeah.
or 28 resumes. Utsav, I cannot even mention in the words like how much thankful I am and how much thankful all these people will be on your amazing insights. Utsav, other than having this amazing experience in academics as well as in industry, he performed resume critic sessions in his college days. So he's a master of, resume screening. I can say that. So whatever insights you provided, Utsav, they're going to be very, very useful. And we will conduct this kind of session in future as well. Whenever I'm about to conduct this session, I usually post a little video or I post in a YouTube community post. YouTube has this community feature where you can post as if you're posting in Facebook almost. And I provide my email ID. You can send me your resumes, and then everyone and every now and then we'll probably in future also we can hold this kind of resume review session. Utsav's LinkedIn profile link is going to be in video description below. So get in touch with him if you need any help or professional advice from him. Thank you very much for watching. And I hope to conduct more of these kind of session in the future. Utsav, any last comments you have?
I would just like to just wish best of luck to everyone, and keep your resumes as if like it's showing you onto your resume. That's it.
Okay, yeah. Data analyst field, many times people ask me that what is the scope? Data analyst field is growing rapidly, and the scope of future job opportunities is humongous actually. Data science as a field is gonna grow. It's not a hype like a Bitcoin, okay? It's gonna grow, and you will have a lot of job opportunities. So if you are looking to make a career in this field, it's definitely a good idea. And as Utso mentioned already, sometimes people have the skills but they cannot highlight them well in their resume. And we live in a competitive world where, if there is a one job, your recruiter might receive, who knows, 50 or 100 resumes. So then it
Yeah.
really depends on how good your resume is. And if you're not writing a good resume, you are losing a chance to prove yourself. All right. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.